Jon Stewart is calling out Jake Tapper over his new book about former President Joe Biden. The comedian is questioning why Tapper didn't report on Biden's mental decline sooner after Tapper told his audience, quote, "You will not believe what we found out."
Don't news people have to tell you what they know when they find it out? Isn't that the difference between news and a secret? Breaking news in a week.
Tapper has been accused by some of being part of a broader media cover-up over President Biden's mental fitness while in office.
Joe Biden consternation. What Joe Biden did or didn't do, what reporters did or didn't do. And now you're still litigating something, a person who's not even in the fucking Oval Office anymore. He's not there. Why aren't you talking about the person who's there now? Who is not, doesn't seem to have so much great mental capacity. And yet Democrats are stuck on Joe Biden? Are you out of your mind? This is why Democrats lose. The answer should be Joe Biden is no longer our president. Donald Trump is our president, and that's who we should be focusing on. Why are we focusing on this? And why are we talking about an old man who has cancer, prostate cancer? Why are you kicking someone when they are down? It's absolutely ridiculous. The history books will show if they believe that Joe Biden was selfish, if they believe Joe Biden should have dropped out. Perhaps he should have. But that is not the question right now. That is in the fucking rearview mirror. What are you doing?
In regards to President Biden.
Tapper's taking on water, and he's trying to survive. He just hired a crisis PR expert to cover up his cover-up. Jake's new talking point is this: being wrong isn't a crime.
Alex and I are here to say that conservative media was right and conservative media was correct, and that there should be a lot of soul searching, not just among me, but among the legacy media. Conservative media absolutely has every right to say we were hip to this and the legacy media was not. Now, I do not accept that I was part of a cover-up. I do not accept that I was just providing cover for Joe Biden. Knowing what I know now, obviously, I feel tremendous humility about my coverage. That Laura Trump interview, for example, she saw something that I did not see at the time, 100%. And I own that. After we did the research for this book, and I realized how bad his acuity issues were, I called Laura Trump and I said, you were right. The comments of Joe Biden making gaffes, saying things stupid, tripping, are all important and all deserved to be aired and all deserve scrutiny. But as you know, Megan, because even though you look 30 years younger than me, we're roughly the same age, Joe Biden has been saying stupid things for decades. Okay?
I get what you're saying, but this minimizes it too, because it was more than saying stupid things. But I'm telling you, like over here in my ecosphere, we were covering all of these. Now with the current White House, I have some connections. With the Joe Biden White House, I had none, but you did, and so while. You've been in Washington 30 years, Jake. You guys, you and CNN have White House connections, but there was no effort, none, to get to the bottom of this.
The media held back scoops, waited until Biden got cooed, and then cashed in on book deals. But before the coup, they told you Biden was at the top of his game.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Stop the cap.
Looking back at that, do you say, well, it was misleading to say best Biden ever without caveating it and say, except on the days when he's not the best Biden ever?
Well, but I never saw those days personally.
Well, you did, because you saw him address a dead congresswoman and you saw him in South Carolina. There were plenty of days in public when he was not the best Biden ever, and of course, shortly after,
he stumbled and bumbled around. Mark, I mean, yeah, he certainly did. Donald Trump did. Other politicians did. Those are some of the clips bad? Yeah, they certainly They certainly are bad. Put in the proper context. I'm just not going to freak out and melt down on one or two clips here or there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Tapper is finally done. I don't know if you guys know who Jake Tapper is, but this dude is a moron at this point. This dude is an absolute moron. This guy basically was one of the moderators during the CNN debate, which I honestly believe out of the, how many debates was it? 2? I can honestly say that CNN did way better than ABC, guys. ABC was just completely biased with Kamala Harris. But Jake Tapper in this book I keep hearing about, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You're a news anchor. You mean to tell me you knew Joe Biden cognitive decline was happening, yet you did not want to tell the American people because you wanted Joe Biden to win? Then you say you wasn't a part of a cover-up? How stupid do you think we are? See, look, man, one thing I hate is when people talk to me like I'm stupid. And that would happen to be Jake Tapper right now. You crossing the line, buddy, because this is serious. If you knew he had prostate, well, I mean, I believe he had an enlarged prostate in 2006 or 2008. That was the first documentation, I believe, that he had an enlarged prostate back in 2008. So then I believe he got diagnosed with prostate cancer back, I believe, in 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong. But guys, this man should have not been running the country. And then I just want to throw out that all of those pardons that Joe Biden signed off on, yeah, they were electrically signed. He didn't even sign the pardons himself. They were signed electronically. So who signed those pardons? Who was pardoning Dr. Fauci? Who was pardoning all these people like Bill Clinton and all these people? What the hell do Dr. Fauci need a pardon for? I thought COVID was real. I thought you knew the vaccine was good. So what are you getting a pardon for, Dr. Fauci? I don't understand that. See, and then when things like this come out, and then when Jake Tapper say, "Oh, I wasn't a part of a cover-up," you're with the China News Network. You're with CNN. Then you sit up here. First of all, you saying it's a cover-up like we didn't know that Joe Biden was going absolutely insane. This dude was stumbling and falling everywhere. So if it was a cover-up, dude, it was a pretty bad one. I mean, we all knew this. Over 70% of the people in America knew that Joe Biden was not fit to run for office. And that's coming from your poll on CNN. So what's going on? You knew this. And then this dude, Morning Joe, guys. You know we got to talk about Morning Joe. Because this dude is actually a clown. Dude went on there and said, clip it, do what you're going to do. But this Biden is the best. But Joe, why would you say that? Why would you say that, bro? Knowing that this is going to come back and bite you in the ass in probably like a few months. This is the best Joe Biden you've ever seen. Like that includes like the 90s and 80s when he was, a little younger than what he is now and more healthier. Absolutely ridiculous statement. If you guys want this man to be the president, just say that. I would respect you guys more to just say we like Joe Biden more than Donald Trump, and we're going to try to endorse Donald Trump on CNN and the Democratic Party, DNC trash bots. I would respect that more than you say, "Oh, I'm Jake Tapper, and I have a book about Joe Biden and things that I knew before. And, it's going to be in my new book, even though you guys were supposed to know this during the election season." What the hell? What are you talking about, bro? That's basically he interfered with an election. You're a news anchor. You're a news anchor. When you get news, you report it, dumbass. This is why I'm saying people on YouTube do your job better than you. And Don Lemon, bro, shut up, bro. Like, why the hell do y'all, like, I hate when people who are irrelevant talk. I hate it. Don Lemon, you are irrelevant. You were fired from CNN. You don't get no views on YouTube. I think I damn near probably get more views than you on YouTube, Don Lemon. You suck. You absolutely suck. Nobody wants to listen to you. You whine and cry all the time, and you're dumb, and you're biased as hell, and you hate Trump guts. That's all we're going to get from Don Lemon, guys. This dude's weird, okay? Like, don't listen to Don Lemon. He's a weirdo. But Jake Tapper, last thing I'm going to say about you, dude, you knew Joe Biden was unhealthy, and you lied to the American people. Honestly, him and Joe, I will honestly, not Joe Biden, but Morning Joe, guys. We're just going to call him Morning Joe from MSNBC, of course. You guys knew Joe Biden was bad, yet you're lying. And for these people should be sued. What's going on here? Especially, so my thing is this. If you're a news anchor and you don't report the news, especially when it comes to our leader, come on, man, the leader of our country, our president, I think you should I think you should like get a fine or go to jail or something, dude. Because that's like me being a police officer, and if I see a crime and if I don't report it, am I accessory or what? These people are accessories at this point. How you gonna make a book about Joe Biden after the election? What? And you're a news anchor? Nah, bro, we not going for that. And shout out to Megyn Kelly. She absolutely cooked Jake. She absolutely cooked him, asking the questions that needed to be asked. Because, I mean, at this point, we all know you're lying. We all know you people lie, okay? We knew Joe Biden cognitive decline was down. We just wanted you guys to admit it. So if you guys can admit Joe Biden cognitive decline, can you guys admit that the things you were saying about Donald Trump was wrong? I mean, even like, please, maybe he's not a racist. Maybe he just want to run the country. Maybe he's just America first. You know, if you got like, you guys are starting to get it a little bit, but you guys just aren't quite getting what we're saying when it comes to this. And honestly, Jake Tapper needs to be held accountable. This is ridiculous. You moderated a debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, you're clearly a biased man, and you clearly don't like Trump. And that's the problem, guys, when it comes to these fake news. We can't trust them anymore because they're biased. They've been brainwashed, okay? They've been absolutely brainwashed. But Jake Tapper's finished. Morning Joe is finished. I mean, everybody knows MSNBC is cooked. But Morning Joe, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. Man, these people are morons. But anyways, guys, that's all I got to say about Jake Tapper. He definitely needs to be held accountable. And guys, when it comes down to the electrical signatures for those people being pardoned, over 1,000 people being pardoned, yeah, we need to look into that right now. Cash Patel, do your fucking job, please. Pam Bundy, do your job, please, because this is something serious. I'll even put the Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson stuff to the side for this one. Like, at this point, they're forging signatures. Who was running the country? Who was running the country if it wasn't Joe Biden? Then who? Who? So, like and subscribe if Dumb and Dumber are smarter than Jake Tapper and Morning Joe. Peace.